How we doing today, guys? It's Jesse with the Common Man Corpus Christi, bringing you news and politics through a common sense lens. And I know I normally try to bring you some happy stories during the week, and I don't know if I've really got a lot of those today, at least anyway. So this, a lot of people used to wonder, why we didn't want to become friends with the Iranians, why we had such big issues with their society and with the totalitarian government that runs it and the kind of things that are allowed over there. Well, here's one of those examples. Iran ain't just like us. Used to be, before the Ayatollah took over. If you look at pictures and videos from Iran pre-revolution, like it literally looks just like the United States. It's insane how much they've destroyed that country. Horrifying video shows Iranian man parading severed head of murdered wife through the streets with a smile on his face. The crime was reportedly an honor killing. So let's see if we can. Okay, good. Okay, it just shows the guy. Thank God. I didn't think the blaze was gonna. Yeah. So here's the monster. There he is. An appalling video reportedly shared on social media showing a smiling Iranian husband parading around the severed head of his 17-year-old wife. Does it say how old he was in here? I can't wait to find out. Is causing shock and outrage in the country and abroad. In the country? The footage obtained by the New York Post reportedly shows Saeed Hadari grinning as he strolled through a neighborhood in Avaz, a city in southwestern Iran, on September 5th with his wife Mona Hadari's head in one hand and a bloodied blade in the other. God almighty. These people are fucking animals. The incident was first reported by the state-run Rokna news agency, according to the Women's Committee of National Council of Resistance of Iran. The news agency was reportedly shut down after publishing the news and the accompanying video. Of course not. The Iranian government doesn't want that to get out. The committee said Moni Hadari was forced to marry Shahid Hadari, who is also her cousin. Oh my God. When she was 12 years old, boys and girls. 12 is when this monster got to marry her in this country. She reportedly suffered constant domestic abuse and often sought a divorce or an escape from her home. Each time, however, her family persuaded her to return for the sake of her 3-year-old child. Directly preceding her gruesome murder, Mona had fled to Turkey to escape her husband's violence. She reportedly returned under assurances of her safety, only to be tied down by her husband and his brother and decapitated. Jesus. Saeed Hadari, the monster, then reportedly clutched her head and walked through the streets with it before fleeing. Okay, yeah, we're definitely not going to be playing that or watching that in any way, shape, or form. Oh my God, I hate videos like that. A police official reportedly said the motive for the murder was family differences. Okay. The Women's Committee said the crime was an honor killing or an act of murder by a male family member when a female counterpart is perceived to have brought dishonor on the family. Such killings are reportedly prevalent in Iran. Yeah, like I said, happens all the time. The Independent reported that the husband and his brother were arrested, though it is not clear what charges they may face. They're not going to face any. Yona Diamond, an international human rights lawyer who focuses on justice issues in Iran and other repressive regimes, told the news outlet that the blame should be placed on Iranian authorities. The Iranian authorities enabled the barbaric beheading of Mona, a child bride, for seeking a divorce from a violently abusive marriage and bear full responsibility. This is not an isolated murder in Iran, nor did it happen in a vacuum. Facts. He added, it occurred under a legal system and officials targeting women's rights defenders, including those who educate women on their rights in marriage, like Hodo Ahmad Naheem Vahidi, with harsher sentences, lengthier prison times, lashes, solitary confinement, and abuse. Then the men who brutally murdered their wives or daughters. Hadiga Hum, executive director of the Center for Human Rights in Iran, which is based in New York, also told The Independent that the beheaded child bride might be alive today if Iran's government had enacted laws against cruel practices of child marriage and protection against domestic violence. Iran's government is responsible for death as her murderers. Facts. And this is the problem. People talk about, oh, Islam's such a peaceful religion and yada, yada, yada. Some people, I know peaceful Muslims. I've seen them on TV. I've met them in person. I have no doubt that there are people that follow that religion that are peaceful. But I am of the opinion, and hate me for all this you want, I am of the opinion that at the root of it, Islam is an evil religion. If you actually read the book, and if you actually read all the hadiths that come with it, that teach these people how to live their lives and everything else. It's an evil religion. I don't think homeboy crawled into a cave and saw an angel. I'm pretty sure homeboy crawled into a cave and found a demon that filled his head with all of this garbage. Or maybe it was just an excuse for him to marry children, because he sure did a whole lot of it. He set the example for crap like this. Their precious Muhammad, their wonderful prophet, piece of shit. And I don't feel bad about saying that once forever. Come at me, please. I live in Texas, boys. Come at me. It's an evil religion that allows things like this to happen. You see what happened when it gets instituted as a government? Look at Iran. Look at Afghanistan and how things are going over there now. Saudi Arabia is only recently starting to get better because they actually want to become into the modern world. It wasn't all that long ago. You can still get your hand chopped off for stealing over there. And stoning still happens all over the Middle East. Slavery, one of the only major places that open slave markets still exist are in Muslim countries under Muslim regimes, under Muslim governments. So you tell me, I look at the fruit a tree bears. If you planted this seed in your government and now you see what fruit it has bore, tell me what that tells you about the seed you planted. We planted our seed with Christian ideals and Christian fundamentals in the United States, and look at what we've become. Now, given we've fallen a bit, but that's also because we've fallen away from our Christian values and fundamentals. These people never had any values or fundamentals to start with. These people are monsters. That government needs to be taken out. These people are evil, and they continue to allow things like this to happen. And give it time, because you've got Muslim exclusion zones or Muslim exclusive zones and cities and in neighborhoods already in places like Minnesota. All right. All you got to do is look at Ilhan Omar's district and see how screwed up that whole area is. I mean, there's been rumors of them setting up Islamic courts up there, and the cities and the state governments won't get involved at all. There's like no-go zones up there that the cops won't go to. This is what happens. This stuff's an infection. It's a virus. And it moves into these neighborhoods, and it moves in, and they take over section by section. Just like Chaz, just like the George Floyd Square in Washington, D.C., just like all the rest of this. They do the exact same thing. Except they won't burn your buildings. They'll just take them all over, kick you out, and if you don't follow Islamic law while you're there, they'll kill you just as dead. So understand this. Know the importance and know why we have to keep an eye out on this kind of stuff. Know why we stand against Iran and this monstrous society that they have created. This is insanity. That world will never modernize until we eliminate these governments. So stop funding them, stop helping them. I know none of us are doing that, but our government needs to stop. Look, remember all those billions of dollars in cash that Obama just left on a flight line for them? Unmarked bills? Yeah. What kind of stuff do you think that's paying for? Terrorism all over the world and crap like this. A society that deals with crap like this. But that's just my common sense take. This is Jesse with Common Man Corpus Christi, bringing you news and politics through a common sense lens. Thanks, guys.